Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Twitch chat. Welcome back to Let Us Play. I'm your host, Father Evan. It's good to be with y'all today. I have to have my microphone in a weird spot because I'm trying out something new with my Minecraft. But anyway, it's good to be here with y'all. Good to see you, Gale. Good to see you, Brayherd Lord. Good to see you, Roxy. And Gale, congratulations. You've won the crown of Firstendom. You get to hold that crown for, I think, a record amount of time. 12 days. Hey, Inca. That's right, I will not be streaming for 12 days after this because tomorrow, bright and early, I am flying down to Orlando for Reach Conference, from URL to IRL, which I think is a clever line. Gonna be joining a bunch of other Christian streamers for a fun weekend, and then I'm gonna take some vacation time. So, next week I'm on vacation. I think it's well earned at this point. So, I'm gonna miss y'all though, not gonna lie, but we'll be back, don't worry. Channel's not going anywhere. You know, they say if you're going to do something, you might as well do it for a record amount of time. That's exactly how the saying goes. Yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah, anyway, let's go ahead, let's dive on into some Minecraft. Been a while because Minecraft didn't work last week. Do I think I'll encounter Florida Man in Orlando? I better. He's coming to the conference. Anyway, I want to go on a bit of an adventure. I want a cherry tree biome in this. And I don't have cherry trees sapling, so we're gonna just kind of set out on an adventure. Gotta go grab a compass, I just realized. Which Florida Man? All of them. No, TC. From Game of Favorites, TC 604? Something like that? Forget his actual handle. But he is actually a Florida man, born and raised. Florida man is a mystic spirit that is said to inhabit the bodies of the men of Florida. I mean, one reason that Florida Man is such a phenomenon is honestly because Florida has terrible privacy laws around arrest. So it's really easy reporting. I don't think I've ever gone that far in this direction. I've gone far in every other direction, but... Didn't you head this way? You're searching for sand? Well, yeah, but I found the desert, and that's as far as I went. I've not really gone past the desert, is what I'm saying. Gotta let the biomes load in a little bit, though. Hello, Ruined Nether Portal. How are you? Just chilling in the middle of this open space. Ooh, golden sword with mending. That's actually really good. Yeah, you just need to have one more piece of obsidian and bing, bang, boom. Oh, there it is. Fire that thing up. Watch the Pokemon movie right now. Sometimes wonder what people are on. Game of designs. Well, first of all, which Pokemon movie? Oh. Oh, that looks so cool. Check that out. Minecraft! It's up pretty. Hey, Duke. Good to see you. Yeah, wow. That is quite the cave formation to spawn in there. Jirachi Wishmaker. Never even heard of it. Pokemon Go to the Movies, a Gigaboots podcast. Oh my. Gigaboots is funny. Seen them all by Thanksgiving. Well, you know, it's good to have a hobby. Dear world, spawn in. No world, you must visit the sub-ocean. Oh no, but the sub-ocean is dangerous. Ooh. A pillager's tower. That's interesting. What if we just go say hi? Oh, crossbow. Goat horn with Seek. Yeah, I see you guys. Why don't you... Oh, there you are. Ow! How rude. Oh, that's a lot of you. No. You can all go away. No, that's no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for having disturbed you. I'll just go over this way. Okay, there's a snow biome. It's the first time we've actually seen that in this world. Still no cherry trees. Oh no. Oh no. I have landed on a piece of land that does not exist yet. It's a flying banana brontosaurus. So, well, that makes a lot more sense. I mean, it wouldn't be an adventure without mortal peril. Fair enough. I feel like that was almost existential peril. I saw those roses and I got excited. What up, chickens? Just flapping? Having a lappy day? Ooh. Lily of the Valley, right? Yeah, those are kind of rare flowers. You say existential peril, I say cautionary tale about the hubris of man. Porque no los dos. So anyway, how about that rhyme of the Ancient Mariner? "24-hour callback." What are you standing on, pigs? Who said you can levitate? Pigs levitate is impossible, but no one told the pigs this. Ah. Well, I shall write then a sternly worded memo. I'm not using rockets for a moment because I want to give the server a moment to think and recuperate, because it's generating all these blocks, all these chunks for the first time. And I have crashed the server before by doing that. Oh, I thought that was one big tree. Well, it still kind of is, actually. I mean, it's two trees, two big trees, but... Spruce for days, but, nary a cherry in sight. Let's start exploring. We can kind of work our way, kind of like, so we've gone way out west, well, way out west. So we could kind of like go back east, but do it like north or south. So we can cover some land on the way back that we didn't explore. So for now, I'm just going to go south. I'll get some coal while I'm here, because we kind of need it. So a giant quarry like this isn't a bad place to pick some up. Just some cherry blossoms? I don't want to do that for everything, though. I feel like that defeats the spirit. I was willing to do that with the pale oak because that was added after this server had been created. And so should there be a natural biome of it, it's going to be way out there. Whereas cherry blossoms existed and therefore could be somewhere. Plenty of anime openings. Well, that's fair. Hello? Oh no. No, 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 no. I'm gonna lose all my items. Oh no. I have no idea where that was. Relative to, like, I know it's go west, hit the spruce forest, go south, but like, I did not fall. I was gliding down and I had too steep of an angle. Now, I will say, I will be more than happy to magic back everything I lost. But I want to make an attempt to see if I can find it. Oh, that's frustrating, though. If adventure didn't come with the risk of life, limb, and property, is there a thrill to it? I mean, yes. I don't think you need the constant mortal peril for it to be an adventure. It adds, for sure. But see, but the way... The way it's like hiccuping, that's it loading in. So I can't even go at full speed. So I don't think I'm going to make it back in time to get everything back. Which is frustrating. Like losing the experience, I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. But when I had a full set of gear and everything with mending, including I will return everything as it was. Like, I will not upgrade my other gear to adamantite. Trip to the grocery store is an adventure to put your mind to it. Exactly. And there's not a whole lot of mortal peril, depending on how drivers are in your area. Come on, load in. I believe in you. Yeah, everything is absolutely going to be dissipated by the time I get there, though. Oh, no! Oh, no, did I overload the server? Oh, no, I think I crashed the server. Ah! Hold on. I can fix this. Hey, Greg. I get the two-factor authentication. Let's just get into my email. There it is. This is the thrilling streaming you've come to know. At least you have some music as a bop while it goes on. Why did that not work? Oh, that's why it didn't work. You ever see a username that's case sensitive? That one doesn't need to be on. Two of the servers were running. I only need one of them. That may have been a factor of the Okay, we are back. I'm gonna keep plowing forward to see if I can find where I died. Everything will have been lost by now, especially with the server turning off, but I'm gonna have to make all new gear. I'm gonna do that off camera. I'll just do that in... Now let's just return home. We're not gonna find it. Ah, that's unfortunate. Items don't age if they're in an unloaded chunk. That's good enough news for me. Let's go! Now, finding said spot, because I do not know its exact location, will be a little tougher. Okay, so there's the pillager spot we passed. Can I check the death message? No? Question mark? Yeah, if I had coordinates, this would be much easier. But look at how much of the world we're getting to see now. And who knows, maybe we'll see the cherry blossoms along the way. Yeah, okay, so I remember it's not aspen. Birch. the birch forest, and that turned into the spruce forest. Passed over this big plain. Oh, look at that. It's a forest map. Or a flower forest, or whatever. I forget the exact name of the biome, but it's a biome where a bunch of flowers exist. It's very pretty. Of course, the flaw in this plan is assuming that I knew which direction I was headed. Okay, spruce forest. That's a promising sign. We followed it along the coast south until we got to kind of like a bog. There was a structure in the bog that I was trying to check out. Now, if the server crashes a second time, I'm gonna just take that as a sign to run away. If I turn on entity outlining, oh yeah, I could do that. Maybe if I can't find the exact area once we do find the bog. So I just need these chunks to load in, but the server is thinking about it, and the poor server is just thinking, oh, why am I generating so many chunks all of a sudden? Shout out to my dad who runs this server in his basement. Emerald. It's kind of cool just seeing an emerald hanging out on the cliffside. Okay, that's a little troubling. It's not the biome I expected to see here. Wait. Wait. Oh, it's a witch's hut. Hey, look. Hey, it's all my stuff. Way more of that survived than I anticipated, I'm not gonna lie. So netherite. Food. Put that there like that. Put that away. Cool. That was Flood the prequel. Not great if I'm honest. And also it soft locked me. Okay. Okay, so we only lost like 30 levels. Honestly, not that bad, given what happened. Oh, I forgot to put on my Elytra. Duh. The priest is flying. Someone call a Cupertino thing. Hey, Calmage, good to see you. I don't think it counts if it's, quote, in Minecraft. There, now it's like I never died at all. Oh dear. Oh dear, Calmage. Is Neb gonna have to save you again in Minecraft? You'll save for my canonization cause? Well, the problem is the miracles need to happen after you die for canonization. Ooh, dolphin. What's up, dolphin? Worried that the world isn't loading in properly. And I don't remember the coordinates of spawn, so I can't just teleport there. Ooh. Well, may as well grab some of these for the greenhouse, since I haven't seen this blue flower before. What is this? Blue orchid. Very nice. Wrong cannon. Wrong cannon, Sub-Zero. Hey, Brienne, good to see you. Oh no, you're giving Calmage ideas, Sub-Zero. Yeah, Minecraft's great. It's still wild to me that I've been playing this for over 15 years. And it has a movie adaptation. A movie adaptation of all time. Oh no, oh no. Look, even Minecraft has rollback netcode. Come on, Smash Bros. Oh, look at all this Dark Oak. Remember when we went on an adventure to find Dark Oak and we crashed the server then? That's twice that I can think of immediately where I have crashed the server. Oh wow, that's a lot of additions of Minecraft. I remember having to tell my bank that no, Mojang is a real company and no, someone in Sweden didn't steal my identity and is trying to charge my credit card. Yeah, it was a weird time because, like, now if someone, like, self-publishes and self-distributes a video game, it's like, eh, whatever. But, like, that was almost unheard of in a digital front back then. Okay, I have a sliver of land. How does this happen to me on the day of my daughter's quinceañera? Watch your angle of approach. Oh, I watched it all right. Okay, now this is really... I have an idea of where this might be, but if it's not there, then I am just going to have to say it is lost. Don't just increase server RAM allocation, increase U allocation as well. Boo. I have a feeling this was in the sort of Great Sea near your base, Step Zero. It was directly away from spawn. Well, everything's directly away from spawn. That's how spawn works in Minecraft. Well, it's good to know there's more desert over this way, but this is not quite what I was hoping for. I was hoping maybe this desert just on the other side of it is where we had gotten to, but maybe we didn't. Because basically my only clue right now is sand and water. Fairly large body of water on one side at least. Why did I not make a water landing? Shut up. Wait, those pumpkins look familiar. This has not been a very successful stream for me, I dare say. It's had its ups and downs. See, and this is why I need a vacation. You're having fun. Well, that's good. I'm glad that the entertainment value is still there. From a progress of projects viewpoint, though. Getting cherry trees and new flowers. It's been a bumpy expedition. It really has been. But you know what we have time for? We have time for Rota. Hey, Kit. Good to see you. Let me remind myself what today's gospel was. Ah, yes. He's giving the very apt sort of reminder that there's a cost to discipleship, and we really do need to be prepared for what we're entering into. And he has a great metaphor that I think is... This is an example to me where I think Christ would have been using humor to communicate a point. And people probably would have laughed because he used this image of like, would you set out to build a tower if you didn't know you had all the money for it? If you didn't, people would probably point and laugh at you. And you can imagine the crowd at that time kind of being like, getting a chuckle out of it. It was like, yeah, that was a stupid thing to do. So. Today's gospel is the one where Jesus said stuff. Not necessarily. Any Marian day, we're probably not going to be hearing something directly from Jesus' mouth. We're probably going to be hearing the Magnificat or the Annunciation. Okay, I have no idea where that stuff is if it wasn't around here, so I'm just going to try to load back and get home. Gotta let the server think. If I come over here, that more of this has already been generated, so it should be able to pop it in more easily to get back. I said should. I'm going to count the second fall as God's way of saying, look, you died, you lost your stuff, you don't get to have it back that easily. You love how it tries to correct the grammar of the Bible. Yeah. I just get a little annoyed whenever Google Docs is like, oh, let me capitalize or decapitalize that. I'm like, Google, I either put that in there for emphasis for myself or it's just the way it was in the original. Well, there's a really easy way, actually, to get back to spawn now that I don't have to worry about having anything. Maybe. Ah, there we go. Coordinate 000. No, that is not the coordinates. Coordinates of spawn is 981, 9 or 10. It's not far from 000, but it's different. Well, let's go rebuild our basic armor set, I guess. Losing an Elytra is actually the biggest thing that hurts me. I have a spare or two, but still. Oh, I hate losing Elytra. Also, the game... It is still thinking. I am going to... reset the server. Well, I'll spawn in replacement gear, but I'll spawn in the enchantments is what I'm gonna do. I am. I am. I've been wearing a prayer robe for many, many years. I cannot reset the server. It does not want to turn off. Why do you not want to turn off? This is 100 knot. Is a helping hand warranted? I don't think so yet. I'm going to test something. It may just need some time to think. Oh, that's probably why it's not shutting down. It's showing me as still in the game. That's interesting. That's interesting. Why don't we? Think, Visions of Pooh Bear, I know. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like I may have overloaded the server itself. I tried seeing if I could add a different server on it up and running, but I saw that there's a peak update. That's about all that I've seen. Well, I think the server just needs a hard reset, unfortunately. I did did it. Hey, Juzo. Yeah, I think the whole system's just gonna need a bit of a reset. Well, that may take a while, so I don't know if that'll be back up in time. Try downloading more RAM. Of course! It was so obvious. They're next to the box of Steam. Time to go back to the factory. Oh no! I lost my job with Minecraft. Now I have to go back to the factory. Okay, we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. So, how you doing, chat? Oh, I hope the FAA is still working when I come back next week, because it's gonna be really. Like, there is a train option, fortunately. Is this the Minecraft server thing? Yeah, it's the server. I may have overloaded it a little by accident. I'm glad you have a good day off. As far as dental work this morning, 4 hours tomorrow. Yeah. Clearly you have a British smile. Yeah, Rogalinas has some good vibes. Today's news in XL spaceships is pretty crazy. Uh-oh. What are the EVE players up to? How many billions of dollars did they crash today? Okay, now the service page for the server's not loading, which is a good sign, I think, because I think that means it's actually rebooting. You know, I could practically just not even upload this episode to the YouTube VOD channel, and probably nothing would be lost in terms of continuity of progress of the projects. The news in Eorzea has been mixed. New patch has much awaited feature, but DDoS attacks since last night are keeping players offline. Boo! No one likes a DDoS attack. Okay, I can reload. I'm back in the server control page. Server too full. Oh dear. Me at Thanksgiving for real, for real. Your coalition is dissolved. The second largest block. Oh my goodness. That's pretty large. You got ejected from 14 thanks to the DDoS. A rite of passage. Oh, interesting. I just remember when it wasn't a DDoS, I guess it was a hack, but I remember when PlayStation Network got hacked, and PlayStation Network was down for like 2 months or something, and because of that, stores could not move PS3s. So I got a like $100 off coupon from GameStop at that time. I'm like, okay. A little cheesy. Hey, you take care, Kevin. Prayers be with you for the installation of Reader. Okay. Now I'm trying to stop the second server. Because if both are running, they'll eat up RAM. There we go. Okay. Thank you for your patience. We are back. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for the reset. Where's the train station? I don't have a train station yet. We should put in a train station. That was actually the last thing we were doing in the other server before we switched to this one. I was building a train station. I will add it to the list. The list keeps growing, because up next is either a library or an Orthodox, or Byzantine, I should say, Byzantine church. Because if I just say Orthodox, there's actually quite a few different styles and traditions in the Orthodox families between the Byzantine and the Oriental. So you knock that out. It depends on what materials I do it with. That's my usual problem. Oh, look, I have a spare helmet. That's actually really helpful. And look, a really good pickaxe with mending. Okay, we need one that's got fortune. There we go. Oh man, I don't have to remake nearly as much as I thought I did. Where's the computer running Minecraft within Minecraft using redstone? It's hidden underneath everything. You just can't see it. It's how the Minecraft is running. Okay, so we'll need boots. Not with the fur. Need a sword, need a shovel. Yeah, well, Lord, oh, you definitely need some nourishments then if you cannot form the words. Then I need some torches, which I don't need to do there. I can do there. And I need some wool because I took a bed with me and I lost it. All right. We are reset. I will need to make some enchantment stuff. But sounds like a problem for future Father Evan. Oh, I think I also do have a spare Elytra. It's not enchanted with anything. Yeah, okay, good. I do have a spare Elytra. I'll handle the enchanting of that later, though. I also noticed sound stopped working at some point, but that's less important in Minecraft. Okay, so why don't we finish up the wall? Oh, do I have my... Yes, okay, good. I still have my Silk Touch pickaxe. I didn't take that with me. You're always about it. I mean, that's fair. And that's the kind of the great thing about Minecraft is, you know, there are many ways to play it, and there's no correct way. I like the Elytra as a mobility choice. I mean, yes, I do switch into, like, creative and spectator mode, but I try to keep that mostly just to, like, a quick workaround when it's like, oh, I need to get up there, and I don't have scaffolding on me. Defeating the Ender Dragon on stream was just barely kind of thing. I also like going to the end because you can get shulker boxes, and shulker boxes are very useful for large constructions. I believe that's as far as it goes on that side. Yeah, because then it's... glass blocks on top. These glass blocks just form a wall all the way up. Then this goes across, right? See, this is a time when I like using something like spectator mode to quickly compare. Yeah, that construction... those constructions are even. Da-da. Part 2. Yeah, so in today's gospel, Jesus uses, I think a little bit of humor, but talking about just like the reality of, hey, discipleship isn't just a passive thing. It's a very active, chosen thing, and it has a cost. Be prepared and know what that is when you're going into it. And it's not meant to be a threat or anything, but it is a reality of him saying, look, this isn't always going to be easy. That goes like that. And we seal these off. Wait, hold on, now I'm confused. Okay, right. Oh, that's not right. That needs to be like that. So on this level, yeah, there should be a corner I can walk into. So what is that's, oh, okay, there we go. Okay. It's that wall there, and then this gets sealed up. Working with glasses gets a little tricky just because it's like not being able to see through, or being able to see through, but you can't always tell where the walls are because of the way that it renders like one side of the block. Yeah, whose bright idea was it to build a greenhouse? Oh, right. Mine. Where did minor orders come from? Great question. I don't know all of the exact history. Subdeacon as an order shows up pretty early, but kind of the general idea of it is that it's like they exist before the idea of seminary. So like when we think of someone studying to be a priest now, it's like, oh well, it's in a seminary and there's like the education component to it. But for much of history before seminaries were a thing, it was more just like, oh well, you're gonna work at this church and you're gonna learn the skills by being here. And so you'd be like, okay, well, you've been here. You're here, get to know the people, so your first job is porter. So you open the door and you greet people. And it's like, okay, you've been doing that for a while. You've how about we get you to do some public speaking? So we'll get you to be a reader and get you educated in reading and generally being literate so that, you can say mass later. And it's kind of like more like an apprenticeship model. At least that's how I understand the history. That is not a history I've ever done a huge deep dive on. But that's kind of the narrative that was presented to me in my seminary formation. Ow, I forgot I didn't have Elytra anymore. In order to be a reader, you must be literate. This is true. Huge if true. Well, Minecraft's behaving kind of chunky all of a sudden. Look at those frame rates. Part of service for tonsuring, this is in the Orthodox Byzantine tradition, is the bishop opening the epistle to a random page and having the dude read a passage to prove himself illiterate. That's amazing, and I love it. Wrong side of the glass. Yeah, there are definitely some parallels with the Levites. Actually, a lot of early church writers would compare the deacons to the Levites. This is actually found in the poetry of Saint Ephrem. I think the server's still waking up. Boom, we have the roof done. We have the roof, we have the dividing wall. The only sort of exterior portion we don't have finished is what's here, this gap, on each side, and we're going to put a rose window in there, but that sounds like a future problem. So we can put in some of the iron bars here. Stephen DeYoung has a Babasa Leviticus. Joseph parallel of Leviticus is what he does as an Orthodox priest. I mean, yeah. There is a lot. I mean, the tradition around understanding of Eucharistic sacrifice as the bloodless sacrifice, and Paschal Lamb and all that. There are a lot of parallels in that scripture itself. I mean, especially you go through the book of Hebrews, and it's all about worship and its understanding of sacrifice in relation to that. Hey, Quacksplat, 3-day streak. Okay, that's what I thought. This pillar is lined up with that. Booyah. Got it. Got it right on the first try. Okay. Now the back wall here is shaped a little differently, but I think it's still... Yeah, okay, this still works. Then it should be, yep, this one. Okay. Didn't need that one. However, we can then place that there. There we go. Nice central atrium is all built up. Again, there's more decoration to follow because we need the path to be able to come through. But also we're gonna, make little planter boxes because this is a greenhouse after all. now these ones, the pillars coming down. It's not that one. It's on this one. No. No! I hate when Minecraft does this, where it's like, I don't know how scaffolding works. Time to go to bed. No sleep, stay up all night in your glass house. Look, but if you stay up too many days, then the wraiths will start to come after you, and they're obnoxious. And despite the word house in its name, it's not really much of a house. At least not for me. What portable games am I taking with me on my trip? I'm actually not. I'm gonna leave my Switch at home. It's a fairly short flight. It's only like 2 hours. And the whole time I'm at the conference, I will be seeing people, so I figure I don't need to have a game system with me. And then when I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation and don't intend to be in my hotel room very much, and therefore don't need it. I had to pack a lot for the trip, though, because it's an 8-day trip in total. Plus I needed to pack for one of the days of the conference, I'll be wearing my kilt. Well, one of my kilts, I should say, because I own two. And all the accessories that go along with wearing said kilt. Land up there, land up there. I suppose one could argue that Magic the Gathering is a portable game, and I will be taking 2 Magic the Gathering decks with me. I'll be getting to play some Commander with Kevin the Space Penguin, which is a perfectly normal sentence that I would not have said in any other life. Okay. Right, I'm just gonna grab some glass panes, fill in over there. I forgot to grab my Silk Touch pickaxe. I haven't filled in any of these. Oof. That's okay. That's what we can do now. Ouch, my bones. All right. That was quick and easy. That completes all of the walls, I think. Let's take a look around. Well, except for the end caps where the rose windows will be, but that's okay. Yep, everything has glass except for these two open portions. That's pretty dang good. So I think I can comfortably close the roof off. So I'm going to go up there. I'm going to collect the random bits of scaffolding I have lying around. What all does Catholic Spiritual Director do? How does someone find one? Great question. Spiritual Director is someone who accompanies you to help you see the presence and guidance of the Holy Spirit in your life, and that can take form many different ways. In some ways, you might be able to consider them a spiritual mentor or a companion on the journey. Generally, they are just trained to help you to be inquisitive about your life and hold you accountable to your prayer life to say, hey, are you doing it? And talk about the experience. My spiritual director comes from an Ignatian background, so he's kind of asking me questions in that way of, like, you know, rooted in kind of the style of Saint Ignatius of Loyola. How to describe it? It's like, it's very retrospective, self-retrospective. It's good. It's different. My spirituality is personally more pneumatic, that is to say, Holy Spirit based. Oh, the crunch. Why is it so crunchy specifically over here? But yeah, so they help you in your personal spiritual journey as kind of an external voice to help you clarify and process and to challenge you so that you be like, I think God's telling me to do that. And they'll be like, is God telling you to do that, or are you telling you to do that? You take care, kid. How do you find one? That can be a little trickier. It depends on where you live. Generally, religious sisters, brothers, priests are good options if you know any. You can ask your local pastor if he has the time and availability, but he may not, just given the realities of what's on his plate. But he may have resources and say, yeah, there's this, here's a list of people who are trained and live in this diocese. And you just kind of reach out and you're like, hey, I'm looking for a spiritual director. You meet and you're like, is this a good fit? Yeah, he doesn't give me the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius, but it's like rooted in that same kind of mentality. I guess is the best way to describe it. He's a good guy. I quite like. I've been working with him as my spiritual director for 3 years now? Yeah. No, 2 years. A little over 2 years. Right? Yeah, 2 years. But he's a good guy. I like him a lot. He's helped me process a lot of good stuff. I need to figure out what kind of doors would go here, but the problem is that I don't know if a regular door would mesh with the glass panes right, because it wouldn't, because they don't go in the center. What we could do is we could put some well, that wouldn't work either. We might just leave them open. We might just leave them open. Hey, you're most welcome. But yeah, I think just asking your local priest first for help finding one is a great way to start. You know, don't necessarily go to him and be like, Father, will you be my spiritual director? but say, hey, I'm looking for a spiritual director. Do you know any? And if he has the time and ability, he may be like, why I do spiritual direction? But he might also be like, this priest over at this parish does spiritual direction. You should talk to him. What was I coming back here for? I do not remember. Yeah, that's looking nice. It's not looking like a simulacrum of the London exhibition from the 1890s, but it is looking definitely inspired by, I think. This is actually the first time I've really just stopped and stared at it from across the water. That looks good. I think that'll look good once it's full of trees and plants and things. Yeah, if you have a monastery in your area, that's a great opportunity. But, you know, that requires you to have a monastery in your area. Honestly, with the way the glass just kind of sits on top of everything, it makes this crossbar support really look like it's just floating there, which I think is really cool. So next major build, and this is not done. We're not finishing this up right here, right now, or today at a period, but they do group and individual retreats. Nice. Yeah, no, a lot of monasteries host individual and group retreats, and it can be a great space. There's a great element of hospitality in the Benedictine spirituality in particular. I have often gone to monasteries for my personal retreats. Anyway, so I like this. We do need to finish off the 2 walls and then decorate the inside. And we'll kind of have the 3 different biomes. We'll put some trees and plants and things in. Decorate it. Bees. Always good to have bees. Yeah, fortunately, the name Spiritual Director does kind of do what it kind of does what it says on the tin, as it were. Although, my Novice Master, he wasn't my Spiritual Director, but, like, you know, Novice Master has a lot of parallels, and also he had been people's Spiritual Directors. He always likes to say he gives directions, not directives, in that, you know, he helps point people to the right way, but he does not mandate and say, you must do it exactly this way or else. Which I think is a good model to have as both a Novice Master and a Spiritual Director. Directions, not directives. Anyway, next major build will either be the library or the Byzantine church, and that's probably going to go back behind this somewhere, maybe? Kind of just scoping out some options right now. Probably put Because I'm probably going to do the Byzantine Church as a Greek cross, so maybe that could go kind of in this area, in the shadow of the observatory. In the library, I think I want a fairly open plot of land in front of it to be seen. Because it's going to kind of be kind of castle-like, in that it's going to have like a wall and then a courtyard, and like it's going to basically be like a big U shape. I have notes. I saw someone else pull up a blueprint in their Minecraft for a thing they were building, and it very much inspired me. I was like, I want to build something like that. But yeah, I am pleased as punch with how this has turned out so far. And actually, it's really fascinating because I feel like it has a very different ethos inside versus outside, and that's entirely okay. But there's a great sense of lightness to it, not just in terms of, you know, it being clear and using a lot of brightly colored or white colored blocks, but like the fact that these are the supports, they're so small, you know, holding everything up, it feels very, very light. From a language of sort of visual construction. Because obviously in Minecraft, you don't need supports. Like, I don't need these here, but come on, it's almost bedtime. Let this old man go to sleep. There we go. Lurk, hey, thank you for the lurk. I don't think we're going to need a lot of materials outside of the plants themselves for decorating in there. And I have plenty of saplings of various varieties, so we could plant, I think in the main area we can plant some birch and some regular oak. Probably do, because we'll probably do like savanna, desert, drier area to one side, so we can plant like acacia in there and put some sand in. On the other side, we could do more like meadowish, I guess. Or that's, well, maybe that's where the cherry blossom tree will go. Cherry blossom tree. It's called the cherry tree, father. Now, I like the dark oak on its center island. And I may ultimately plant a couple of trees. Kind of give it more of like a grove feel. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So plant those out 3 and 3 on block 4, 4 from the corner. We'll let those grow, see how it looks. Because again, we do still have to put in a path, so I don't want to like, so there will be path heading each way and probably hooking around, so I don't want to like fill this up with trees just yet. Just to have to chop them down, because that's a great look for a greenhouse. We have plenty of cactus that we could harvest to use to decorate in the desert area. Put in some sugar cane. Should I put bamboo in somewhere? So I brought this bamboo over. So that if I needed to make more scaffolding, as you know, I would have it readily available and wouldn't have to go back to the jungle where it came from. Maybe I could plant some bamboo along here in the entrance. So that it grows up in this tall area and fills it in. We'll see how that looks. If I had some bone meal on me, I'd try and speed the growth along, but because I don't think that'll obstruct the view terribly, because bamboo's so skinny. Nope, and there goes some already. Now I might put in water like along here, just like a little trough, but that's more aesthetics. That's more aesthetics than anything else. Because I think I want the idea of there like being a combination of plants and water features in this, so, you know. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to call it for the day. That is pretty good progress, despite the setbacks and 2 deaths and server crashing. Oh, we have fun around here. But anyway, that's where we're going to call it for the day. So thanks so much for tuning in to Let Us Play. I've been your host, Father Evan. It's been good to be with y'all today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great weekend, and a great next week. Because again, no streams next week. You should put up a prediction. You should have. You should have. Because now you don't get to put up a prediction for a week and a half. But you get to have the crown of Furstendom for that whole time. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so thanks so much for joining. Thank you to everyone who's liked, followed, subscribed, given bits, all that good jazz. And yeah. Again, I'm flying out to Reach tomorrow. So if you're going to Reach, see you there. But otherwise, hope you have a great weekend and a great week while I'm away and a great another weekend. But I'll be back soon enough. I'm going to miss y'all, but I'll see you soon. So yeah, let's see who's live that we can raid into. Gonna send you on over to Broseph Lacask. Raid call is Father Raid. Use any emotes that you got. I'll do my best, Dink. I'm really bad about sharing pictures, actually. But yeah, it'll depend too of like who I'm with, and if it's a VTuber and they're like, no, you can't share my picture. I'm like, okay. But anyway, Raid calls Father Raid. Go and give Broseph some love. He's a fun guy. He's playing Metroid Prime, which is a really fun game. But anyway, hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care. God bless.